Hello, welcome back to our channel. I'm Anna here at Swarkstone Nursery in South Derbyshire, and I'm here today to explain different types of plants to you. If you are looking to get into gardening, or you're looking just to make sure you're putting the right types of plants in your garden that are going to give you what you want from them, but you're a little bit overwhelmed by all the different types of plants that there are out there, I'm going to break it down to really simple, basic information for beginners, just to give you an idea of what all these different types of plants are. So we're going to start at the beginning with something called an annual. An annual plant, very descriptive by the name, is a single yearly season. So it seeds, it shoots, it flowers, it dies, it's done. And examples of this would be a cornflower, for example. I'll pop a picture in of that. Or nasturtiums, which is what we've got here. Not flowering yet, we are still in May here, so we're a little bit early, but these will flower and then they'll die, and then if you want them again next year, you have to reseed them, you have to regrow them. That's it. Annual is an annual, one season only plant. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about biennials, and as per the name, that is a 2-year cycle on this particular plant. So they are sown in 1 year and then they flower and die in the next year. An example of that would be this gorgeous foxglove, fantastic for bees and butterflies, gorgeous lush foliage, and then these huge spikes of flowers. Okay, definitely worth having in your garden, extremely popular, great for the insects. Okay, next we have perennials or herbaceous perennials. Now this is a plant that lives for 3 years or more. Okay, hardy perennials can last through the winter, but don't be alarmed if they drop all of their leaf and all of their stem and they die right down to the ground. The rootstock is still there working. It's in a dormant state and it's working away. In the spring it will start to shoot up some new shoots and it's still there for you. Okay, so some of them die right back down to the ground. Okay, but they are still there and they will come back year after year after year. A good example of that would be a delphinium. Now our delphinium, again, we're in May, it hasn't shot up any flower spikes, but I will pop a picture in here for you so you can see. Gorgeous big spikes of flowers, but all of this lush foliage, again, will die right back down to the ground. But the rootstock in there is still underground and still working for you. The next category I'd like to talk to you about is shrubs. We have 2 different types of shrubs. We have deciduous shrubs. Deciduous means that it's going to drop all its leaf over winter. And you've got an evergreen shrub, which means that it will keep its leaf over winter. Okay, a good example of a deciduous shrub is berberis. This puts up these gorgeous big hot pink new growth, this nice dark red here. The older growth underneath is the green. Okay, but it will drop all of this leaf and just leave the stems over the winter period, but you'll see it all the time above ground and below ground. It's there all the time for you. And then you've got a pieris here, which is an evergreen shrub, and this will keep all of its foliage all year round. Okay, it does put up some, its new foliage is like a hot pink colour, and it has a lovely delicate little flower. Some of those have gone over already now, but it keeps its leaf all year round for you. Next we're going to move on to trees. There are again 2 different types of trees. There's many different types of trees, but basically 2 different types of trees. You've got trees like this, which is an acer. So this acer here will drop all its leaf. It will turn a lovely bright red colour, then it will drop all of its leaf eventually and grow new. Or you've got something like the conifer here. This is evergreen. This will just grow and grow and grow and stay evergreen all the time. So these are great for things like hedging, whereas your acers are really beautiful standalone statement pieces. Now we're going to move on to our next category, which are climbers. This climber here is a clematis. Climbers are fantastic. They don't take up very much space. If you've got a smaller garden, maybe some walls or some fences, climbers are great because they don't take up, they're not very bushy, they're not like these big shrubs that are going to grow like they're going to grow. They're going to climb and grow and weave their way around whatever structure you put in place, but they do need a structure to attach themselves to, whether that's a trellis or an arch or a wall. Even if you just string some wires up against your fence and help tie it up, help encourage it to grow in the direction you want it to, climbers are fantastic. Most of them do die down to the ground, die off over the winter period. You do get a few evergreen ones, but most of them will die back, but they do give amazing flowers, amazing scent. Having a few climbers in your garden is a definite must. Finally, our last category are bedding plants, which is what we do tend to specialise here at Swarkston. Bedding plants are a one season only plant. You tend to find they're in big blousy colours, really nice and bright like these petunias here. Pop them in your hanging baskets, pop them in your borders, pop them in your pots and your containers. They give a huge pop of colour for the summer season. Water them well, enjoy them, and then they're done and gone. And you've got no maintenance for them over the winter, nothing else to do with them. You will need to buy them again next year if you want to have the same display. I hope that very basic guide has given you an idea of the types of plants and got rid of some of the jargon and some of the information that's a bit confusing sometimes when you first go to a garden centre. But what I would say is the best thing to do if you go to a garden centre and you're not sure is ask a member of staff for help. We've got great staff here who will happily point you in the right direction and give you some advice as to what to put in your garden. But the best thing to do when you're building your garden is to make sure there's something for all year round colour and interest. So when it is a bit dark and gloomy in those autumn months, you've still got some colour, some interest, some foliage to look at. And then when spring comes, everything starts to pop alive for you. Anyway, check out the rest of our channel for any more tips and tricks.